Hello there. Scott Turner, owner of Game Haven here. Just have a little bit of an announcement to make. Um, I don't want to. This is probably going to end up being a long video, so if you don't want to stay for the whole thing, let me give you the most important bits, and then you can go about your day. Um, so the long and the short of it is we're closing. Um, we are shutting down. November 16th will be our last day. Um, until then, we're going to go ahead and close down on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So our new hours are going to be Monday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday at our usual hours, 3 to 11 or 3 to 1 a.m. on Friday. Um, and we are going to be liquidating our inventory. Um, and I'll go into more about that later. So everything in the store until we move is going to be 40% off. So if you want to come and grab some cheap Christmas presents um, for your gamer friends, now is a great time to do that. Um, but um, all the events that we have scheduled until the 16th, so our Monday Smash tournaments, um, BYOB night, store championship tomorrow, all those are still going to happen. And um, anybody who has a pre-order in and you've ordered some product, um, we will get those to you um, before we shut down. Um, and our last Smash tournament is going to be November 11th. Um, and yeah, if you have store credit, um, uh, use that up by November 16th because it won't be worth anything after that. Um, but that's the long and the short of it. If you want to stick around and hear me ramble for a little bit, um, then stick around. If not, hey, thanks for sticking around with us. Um, well then, there's really two reasons that we have decided to close, or that I've decided to close. Um, the first one and the most important one is my health. Um, Here the last month or so, I've been dealing with some health issues. Um, and uh, I, I'm only, my dad was 45 when he passed away. I turned 44 in December. I really don't want to um, meet the same fate, really. Uh, I have a pretty good life, and I would like to kind of enjoy it for a little bit longer than a year. Um, I'd like to meet my grandkids someday, if I have any. And I have a great gal. I'm not, I need to take care of myself. Um, and uh, the store's stressful to operate. Um, and I most of I still work a full-time day job. So pulling, 90, 100-hour weeks, some weeks, I can't do it anymore. But there has been some adverse things in my health. I've been in the hospital, 3 times in the last couple weeks. I I'm not a spring chicken anymore, and I need to take care of myself. So that's really the biggest reason. And uh, I'd love to sell the business and have it continue to go, but um, that comes up to the second reason that we're closing, and that's um, the whole mall situation. We, that hurt. That hurt a lot when the power went out. We lost half our revenue almost instantly. That last Christmas was a terrible time for us, and usually Christmas is our best time. So that hurts. And then I, um, we had to find a new place, and we found a great place. I love this location, but it costs a lot of money um, to get it ready. And even now, it doesn't really look like a retail store, and I think that's kind of part of the issue that we're having because our revenue never really went back up. And since I had to spend so much uh, to build this place, we couldn't retain the product. Um, we keep falling behind on bills, um, and it's been an absolute a lot of anxiety and a lot of stress. And I think that's ultimately, until I hear different from my doctors, I think it's ultimately what's causing all of my health issues. Um, but our all of our bills doubled because we're in a new space that's more than double the size of the old place. So of course our bills are going to increase. But our revenue never recovered from the mall. Um, we were we were offered help from various organizations, and then when it came time to get that help, um, all of a sudden it wasn't there anymore. So that that hurt because we were kind of counting on that to help us recover a little bit. Um, and then for the last since April, since we moved, I've been funding everything: employee payroll, products, bills. I've been supplementing it with my personal income, and it's gotten to the point where I can't afford to cover it myself anymore. Um, I've drained my savings. I've maxed credit cards. I've done everything I can do, and I've run out of resources. And I've asked some people for help, and they have been very gracious in helping. But it comes to a point when you just have to realize that y- it's not working anymore. Um, so those are the two biggest reasons, and um, yeah, it's time. I think uh, I've been, I've basically had two jobs for the majority of my life since I was 14 or so. There's been breaks here and there, but most of the time, two jobs since I was 14, and I'm kind of ready to enjoy life a little bit and relax and actually have time to do stuff. It's funny that, I'm such a gamer and I have all these hobbies, and you'd think that um, opening a store based on your hobby would give you more time to do that hobby, and it doesn't. It gives me far less time, and I really don't have any free time to enjoy anything, really. Um, so I've fallen out of a lot of my hobbies. I don't see my friends and family near enough, um, and so I think it's time to rectify that. Really, um, but when I was a kid, I had four dreams when I was a kid of what I wanted to be when I grew up. One was an NBA player. That was never going to happen. Two was a Top Gun fighter pilot. And then I turned 11 and got glasses and grew a foot. So that kind of died. I wanted to be a novelist, which that one's still achievable. Now that I'll have a little time to write, I can perhaps do that someday. And open a game store or arcade. And you know what? I got to do that. Um, I got to live my childhood dream for 3 years, and it was great. I mean, sure there were ups and downs, and any small business has problems, but how many people can say that you actually had a dream when you were a kid and you got to do it even for a little while? And so I'll always be thankful for that. Also, um, as uh, as far as I can tell, and uh, both from memory and from research, we are the longest lasting game store in like the history of Marshalltown. If you don't count the Losing's comic shop that started buying Magic cards and stuff, because they were around for quite a while when that got big in the early '90s. But um, yeah, as far as a pure game store, that's not GameStop, not counting GameStop because bleh, uh, we are the only one that made the 3 year mark. So I'm pretty proud of that. Um, I'm also really proud of the community that we built here. Um, I'm proud of the work that we did with the high school and the college as far as fundraisers and esports and stuff like that. I'm very proud of all that work. Um, I'm proud of the community that we built. Um, and this is all the people that we've helped, whether it be come out of their social bubble or help make friends or introduce them to new hobbies or whatever it is. Uh, Working with that and kids, that's that's something to be proud of. Um, and I'll never forget it. And I hope that, sorry, I hope that some of the friendships that were made here can continue. While we won't have a place to sit and hang out, um, we'll always have the time here. Um, we'll still keep the Discord running because that doesn't cost anything. So we can still chat with each other on the Discord. Maybe we can plan some get-togethers. Maybe we can have Magic Night at Perkins again. um, but yeah, uh, there is another game store in town, so it's not like Marshalltown is going completely without. Um, you can head out to the Nicholas Center and check them out. I'm sorry, uh, the the name is blanking on me right now. Kind of emotional. I don't know if you can tell, but they have game space. They have a lot of great products. So go support them. Um, let's not let gaming die in Marshalltown. Um, let's keep it going. Uh, as far as liquidating all the products, like I said, everything's going to be 40% off. We have a lot of stuff in the back, uh, a lot of like broken consoles and controllers and stuff like that. Um, we'll try to offload those too. So anybody who wants to get into the hobby of restoring old consoles or fixing consoles, um, it's going to be a really cheap way for you to get started in that. And it is a really fun hobby. I'll probably still continue to do it, um, even after the stores close, but just as a hobby. It's something I've always enjoyed doing, and um, I'll probably continue doing that. Um, we'll keep our TCG player store and our eBay store up, just to kind of help us liquidate the rest of this stuff, because it's a lot and um, like well, we have debts to pay off now. Not, I mean, not a crazy amount. We're not in like six figures or anything like that, but um, I don't want to. Uh, I don't want to let people down. And I know I am letting some people down by doing this, but I think when you hear the reasoning that I mentioned earlier, you kind of understand. I don't want to, but it's I need to. Um, so I want to thank everybody for your support for the last 3 years. It's been a hell of a ride. Um, I'll never forget this time. And uh, I just want to thank some people personally, um, just because they've been such a big part of everything. So first and foremost, I want to thank. Oh, and by the way, I know I'm gonna forget people. Um, just because I didn't name you here doesn't mean I don't appreciate you. There's a lot of people that help make this happen. Um, so I want to give a shout out to and a thank you to everybody who did help. People who invested, who became our investors and believed in us. I want to thank you, Michael Fleming, Grant Runge, Cody Peterson, Dusty Van Kirk, Q, and Ben and Kelly Knutson. Y- Not only your money helps, but also your support and just being able to talk to you guys. Um, this has been great. Um, I feel like I have lifelong friends with all of you now. So thank you for that. I want to thank the people who helped build the original store out at the mall over 3 years ago now. Jamie and Casey Glandon, Bob Jensen, Chad Hunter, Mike and Mary Roop, Ben Neely, Scott Ellis. Um, I know there was more people that were doing stuff out there. I can't think of them uh, off the top of my head. And then everybody who helped us build the new store, um, like Austin and AJ and Devin, um, my cousin Devin, um, Tim McGurr, um, Andrea McGurr, uh, um, um, Logan J, um, and everybody that came out in droves to help us move everything in 2 hours. That was uh I've never like had my heart swell up like the Grinch so much in my life as that day. Uh and I had people contact me afternoon like, "Hey, where do we need to meet up? Because sorry we're late, but we're here now." And I'm like, "Well, we're already done." So, um, um, yeah, that's one of the memories that's gonna stick right up here. Um, um, I want to give a big thanks to um, all of our regulars that come in all the time. Kevin Hill, Red, Double Y, Luis, Sam and Shelley, the entire McGurr family, uh, Mike, Beth, and James, Puffer, Professor Evan, Ross, um, and then my Deadlands crew, Eric, Dave, Kyle, Kevin, and Sherry. Um, thank you guys, and I know I'm missing people. So like I said, there's literally hundreds of people that have made the store what it is. And if I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but they're just the ones that came off the top of my head. Um, I want to thank Lugo and Angie Torres um, for giving us a space to move to after the mall. Um, and James and Danny Gavigan for multiple things. But they've all been wonderful, um, absolute fantastic people. Um, and I want to thank some of our favorite Smash players that we've gotten to know over the years. So Austin, Adam, Jacob, Jack, Johnny, Isak, Justin, Brandon, Wit, Micah, Shontario, uh, Gabe, Hudson, and Tom. I'm gonna remember you guys forever. And who knows? Maybe you'll see me up in Ames or in Des Moines or something at a weekly. Uh, now that I have a little bit of time. Um, and these last few are the most important people. Um, I want to thank my employees. Max, who has been um, who's been a great partner in crime. Um, he's kind of turned into a fourth son to me. Um, this place wouldn't exist without Max. He's just as much a part of this as I am. Jimmy, who started out as a regular and then became an employee, and uh, just everything Jimmy does is so honest and so great. Um, and he does it for pennies. I uh, I've said over and over and over again that um, my employees were criminally underpaid, and I believe it. They deserve so much more. Um, Michael, who comes in and does all of our online orders and shipping, even though he's got a family and another full time job, um, and he doesn't ask for a whole lot, but he was always willing to, you know, do everything we needed. And Brecken. I remember the first time he walked into the store, he was 14 years old, had a little My Little Pony binder and some Pokemon cards, and then he kind of never left. And then I made a deal with him that if he got his grades up when he turned 16, I'd hire him, and sure enough, he did. Um, every time I've given that kid a goal to meet, he's done it. Um, and he's gone from a really shy kid to somebody that will talk to anybody, who will play a game with anybody, will play any game. He'll learn any game. And he's become just, I know we pick on him a lot, but he is the son of the store. Uh, and finally Ray. Ray, who is actually just volunteering and helping me just do some repairs. Um, he single-handedly brought back the Warhammer 40K scene by himself. Um, he does a lot here for the store, and he doesn't even get paid for it. He just does it because he loves it and he loves the place. Um, and congratulations to Ray and his wife for their expecting baby. Um, hope to continue hearing about that. Um, and finally, um, there's four more people that I need to thank. Um, my sons, Logan, Evan, and Elijah. Logan and Evan, they put in their time here. Logan worked here for a while, and then he ended up moving away and having his own life. And Evan, you know, he's been working here for over a year, and he's made a lot of friends, and um, it kind of helped him come out of his shell too a little bit. So, and Elijah, um, who never got a chance to see the store in person because he lives in Florida, and as many of you know, he does have brain cancer. Um, so travel wasn't an option for him up until fairly recently. And but he got plenty of video walkthroughs, and he was always asking about the store, and he was so proud of everything. Um, my boys they're all adults now, and they've all turned out to be very good men, and I'm really proud of all three of them. Uh, and finally, last but certainly not least, is girlfriend Catherine, who, as the last few months have been unfolding, and I kind of knew that this was coming. She was just my rock and my person to talk to, and she kind of helped me stay sane the last few months. She gave me some great advice, and she's wonderful, and she's got her own crazy life, and somehow she still finds time to take care of this old slub. So thank you. Um, I think that's kind of all I have to say. Uh, I hope I get to see you guys one more time before we close. Um, I would like to thank everybody personally. Yeah, that's it. Um, November 16th is our last day. I hope to see, if you're an adult, if you're over 21, we're still doing BYOB October 26th. And it's basically just going to turn to a big party now. So come on out, bring your bring your beverages. Let's all hang out one last time for a BYOB night, and then yeah. But thank you guys for everything, and thanks for supporting your local game store. We'll see you.